Ain't no stopping this podcast from dropping. We here to get that work. Welcome, guys, to In Your House, and of course, I am your director, Hollywood House, and you guys already know those vibes. When we slide on through, we here to give you that work. Round the clock when it comes to this professional wrestling biz, and we do it so well because, one, we give it to you. We gotta give it to you when you're in your car, on the plane, on the road, making towns, waiting on your next match, just waiting to see what you got next coming through the pipeline, because what you need to do is go ahead and pop us in your ears and let us give you that work when it comes to professional wrestling. And that is what we do and been doing for y'all for the past, about 5 years, I don't even keep track anymore. It's just been so long, but we love to do it, guys. And guys, you love it when we give it to you, because you guys are the reason why we're a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts. And guys, of course, that's truly appreciated. We need you guys to keep doing what you're doing. Give us everything. Give us all that energy there in terms of giving us the 5-star ratings, the reviews. It all helps. And you guys have done that. That's why we are in the situation that we are in now, because, guys, it is Wednesday, and you know what that means. That's right. It's time for not just AEW Dynamite, but also a house party, the In Your House Wednesday night house party. And I can't have a house party on my own. I mean, I'm somebody who can be by yourself and enjoy the company, but I think that having a party, you need more than one person. So in order for me to have an actual party, I gotta have another person with me that can actually match my vibe, match my skilo, match my energy, and that's why I got my man, my co-host, Hypocrisy Jones. How's it going, bro?
Yo, ain't no party like a household party, because a household party don't stop. But ain't no party like a household party without hype.
That's right. You need some hype up in there. You got to get it hype. And, man, I got to tell you, bro, I'm feeling pretty damn hyped today, bro. I'm feeling pretty hyped.
How can we not be, yo? The wrestling world has been crazy this week. I know it's been a while for us all, but, I'm hyped, you're hyped, because we got a whole lot to talk about and a whole lot to be excited about, man.
Oh, yeah, we got a whole lot of things going on. Guys, we just had the first episode of AEW Collision. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Also, we have Dynamite tonight with a stack card leading into Forbidden Door. That's going to be on the second half of our episode, ladies and gentlemen. But on this half, we got some big WWE news. And when I talk about big WWE news, yes, we have Money in the Bank right around the corner over there at the O2 in England, and that is great. That's going to be a great event July 1st. I can't wait for that. Big.
Really good.
But there was a big win for our local listeners here at In Your House. If you guys are here in the Indiana area, you might have heard the news. If you're a wrestling fan, you're in the Indiana area, boom. How could you have not heard the news that, hype, we're getting a little PLE action over here in Indiana, bro?
Yes, we are. As the man Sean Rossap kind of broke the news on Twitter, as well as Paul Heyman breaking the news on the Pat McAfee show, that Fastlane is coming to Indiana October 7th. I know we throw around this word a lot because it's kind of like my name, but I am hyped for this, bro. I'm hyped. I know.
Yes.
I know. I'm going. You going?
Yeah.
We going. We gonna have a household party right in our own household backyard, bro.
Yes, man. It's gonna be such a beautiful thing, bro. It's gonna be such a beautiful thing to be able to get out. First of all, get out to a PLE again. The last time I went to a PLE, it actually was the last time Indianapolis had a PLE, which I believe was the 2016 Clash of Champions that saw the main event being the Universal Champion Kevin Owens defending against Seth Rollins. And man, that was so long ago, but now I'm ready for that energy.
7 years ago.
Woo!
Dude, 7 years, man.
I know. I know. So we getting a PLE again. Energy's going to be big. Don't know what the card is going to be, but I got to be honest with you. Even though I was hoping that we were going to get the Royal Rumble, which was a little whisper of a rumor there a little bit earlier in the first half of the year, we ended up getting Fastlane, which I think I don't see us getting Royal Rumble, but it's okay because the way they've been structuring these PLEs over the last 6 months to a year with the WWE, I'm sure we're still going to get a really good card.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me there. There was actual news this week with actually the announcements of PLEs. As we've been seeing, they've been making these announcements pretty closer to the time, right?
Yeah.
And that's been to draw up interest and to keep interest into these PLEs, into these events and such. And I know, look, it's working for me because I saw, PLE in Indiana for, first time in 7 years. I know it made me happy. I'm so excited. But I think the strategy for WWE right now is it's working.
Yeah. I definitely think that they're moving and that they're just cruising, bro. That's what we're seeing right now with the WWE. This is what a promotion looks like when everything's pretty well clicking and you're kind of cruising through your maybe not as heavy half of the year, you know what I'm saying? Things after WrestleMania start to slow down up until things start to spark up a little bit around Money in the Bank and SummerSlam time, and then it's like, then we got Survivor Series, and that's all right, but then boom, you get right back into January, all of a sudden you got the Royal Rumble, you got Elimination Chamber, you got WrestleMania, so like they're just on cruise control, bro, and like that's not to say that they're completely exempt from criticism, because not everything's going to be great all the time, but definitely they are hitting a stride of presenting you entertaining and quality wrestling.
Well, I think it's a formula that they are adapting not only from what they've seen out in the universe or in the sports entertainment or entertainment universe, but it's a strategy that they're adapting because of their friends, whatever, brother, sister, husband relationship this is with UFC and Endeavor, right? Because that's been like a thing that the UFC has done for a while now. You don't have cards announced like 6 months in advance. You have cards announced maybe a month or two in advance, locations for those cards. I think it builds up a little bit more anticipation. It's a more, hey, I gotta get this now sort of feel. So like I dig it. Let me get more of it. Did we check Roman Reigns' schedule? Is he going to be at this one? Was it on the calendar?
Right. Right.
Let's look into it. I feel like Seth will be there, but let's check Roman.
Yeah, we got to check Roman's schedule on that one, bro. I
don't know. He may be scared to come to Indy.
Who knows, man?
Well, he is. Historically, bad things have happened for Roman Reigns in Indianapolis.
You are not wrong. You are absolutely.
I mean, good things have happened, but bad things have happened too.
Bad things have definitely happened, bro. So I got to tell you, once again, I was really hoping for the Royal Rumble, but considering Indy and Indiana's racing history, I think Fastlane is kind of a proper pay-per-view to come here to Indianapolis. That just feels right to me.
Yeah, just make it a staple thing.
Yeah.
Fastlane and Indy, or
every year.
Or every year. Just give us a thing. I'm down with it. This one's going to be a Gangbridge, which I'm excited about, but the idea or possibility of hosting one at a Lucas Oil would be absolutely magnificent. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Big scale show, big arena feel. I know the people in the Midwest could fill up Lucas Oil, and I don't know, just ideal for. But I'm happy to get what we got right now, right?
Okay, no, I agree with you. Okay, so let me ask you while we're on this subject. What WWE event not WrestleMania do you think could fill up Lucas Oil? Not WrestleMania.
Definitely a Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Royal Rumble and Indy would be great.
Yes.
Not WrestleMania is hard because having we do have history with WrestleMania in Indiana.
Yes, we do.
WrestleMania 8 was in Indianapolis, and we got great matches out of that. That was when Bret Hart fought Roddy Piper, which is a historic match for the Intercontinental Championship. So look, I'm going to be selfish. I want WrestleMania here, and we should be able to host it at some point. But if it can't get a WrestleMania, a Royal Rumble, I think a Survivor Series would be a good show here. And something that we could absolutely fill Lucas Oil with.
Well, I'm
advocating.
Well, we have history with Survivor Series. I mean, I know I've been to the last two that were here. So I've been to 2 Survivor Series. And yeah, we definitely have history there. We definitely have the debut of the Shield that happened there, yes. And that was in Indianapolis. We got history. The first time we saw Roman Reigns was in Indianapolis as a part of the Shield. First time we saw Seth Rollins. First time we saw Dean Ambrose, now Moxley. Generational talent. I mean, came and debuted here in the Indiana area. So most definitely something like that. I'd love to see it. But definitely a Royal Rumble. I like I said, I haven't been to one and I really wanted to go to one, but I'm definitely going to go to this Fastlane. And like I said, give it to us every year. It makes sense. The name makes sense for the Indiana culture, and it's something that could be ours. That we can call our own, or we can expect to do. So most definitely Fastlane's going to be fun. It's going to be something cool to be a part of, cool to see, and see how what's going to be the vibrations of the WWE at that time. We're in June right now. At that time, we're going to be moving into the October month, so we'll be moving into the fall. What's the movement going to be at the WWE at that time? It's going to be interesting to see. But I'm definitely going to keep in tune and see what the temperature is on WWE as we get closer to that time, because it could produce a really great show.
Yeah, that'll be a very interesting time. Hopefully it's not the sleeper time in WWE, which hopefully they're all guns going, because honestly every pay-per-view this year has unless you're sad about WrestleMania and the ending, has been an absolute banger. Yeah. So WWE has been killing these premium live events, and we got Money in the Bank coming up, and then we have SummerSlam shortly after that, and I think for one of these summer PLEs, we are going to do our own live watch along.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
We were looking at Money in the Bank, but I don't know. SummerSlam might be a little bit more doable for us.
SummerSlam could be a good one.
Yeah. So household, keep track of that, or keep a listen for that. And we'll give you that work, as long as we can.
Absolutely, because that's what we do. We're here to give y'all that work. We're here to give y'all that energy, and that's exactly what we're gonna get at Money in the Bank. But before we get to Money in the Bank, we got to lead up there, man. We got to lead up to Money in the Bank. So we had Monday Night Raw.
Yes, we did have Monday Night Raw, and it was a Monday Night Raw that started off very, very strong. We saw Seth Rollins open up for his World Heavyweight Championship challenge, and then Finn Balor said, "Nah,
stopped it."
He said, "Nah, ain't nobody getting no title opportunity but me."
Man, I gotta tell you, bro, I had heard that was actually a Vince rewrite. So this is one of those things where if that is true and that was a last minute Vince rewrite that he probably did remotely, if we're being honest, I'm like, dang, he actually got one right in my eyes, because I like the aggression. I'm liking this Finn Balor, and I like the fact that he kind of just, shat on the open challenge.
Yeah. As he should, man. So should nobody get no challenge above him or before him.
Yep.
I'm honestly surprised that, not to jump ahead too much, but I'm honestly surprised that we didn't see him earlier on Tuesday night to stop Braun Breaker's opportunity. But I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. Finn is on Seth's head, bro. He's on his head hard. Like, I gotta tell you, like, seeing this aggression from Finn, and it seems like every night, bro is just irritated. Like, he's irritated every single time I see him, and it's like, all right, now we're starting to see some character development with Finn, because he got a bitter side. He's pissed off about that injury.
Well, as he should, man. So much was taken from him. He is royalty. He is the prince. As he should. He should have a Kevin Owens sized chip on his shoulder, or at least equal to that of Kevin Owens, right? Like, because they are both running around there mad as hell in WWE right now, and I'm loving every bit of it. Like, I don't really know why Kevin's mad, but I do know why Finn's mad. It's because every opportunity seemed to be taken away from him, or it wasn't his time. So he needs to take this now, right? That shouldn't nobody come before him.
Man, I'm telling you, nobody can come before him. He's the one. He's been waiting for this opportunity for 7 years or right?
Yeah,
7 years. 7 years for this opportunity. Now we're seeing this character development of how bitter that he can be, and it's leading into Money in the Bank, where there's going to be a lot of implications. There's actually a lot of little wrinkles in Money in the Bank that are there, and a lot of this is being told around the Judgment Day. I think you said on last week's episode, you said that we're kind of getting a bloodline situation with the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw. Bloodline's over there on Friday Night SmackDown, and they got their drama, but now we're starting to see some drama unfold a little bit with the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw, because of course you know that Damian Priest is in the Money in the Bank briefcase match, the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I really think that his probability is high to win that match. And whatever happens with Seth and Finn, I mean, could we see him possibly tease a cash-in the very same night? I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, there's so many moving parts to that. And there's also the added wrinkle is WWE officially announced that there were a rule change in the Money in the Bank briefcase that you can challenge for any title, specifically including the Intercontinental and the United States Championship, as we saw that in years past through Austin Theory and things like that WWE made an official stipulation this year. So it is very interesting, what route they will go with the Money in the Bank winner. Whether that is Damian Priest, yes, he has a very, very high percentage chance, at least in my eyes, to win that. But man, you can't look over the man L.A. Knight, right?
Yeah.
You see what I did there? Nice drop, bro. So like, and then of course on Monday night we saw the Raw debut of Logan Paul. And it was Ohio's very own Logan Paul, as he declared himself somehow for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yes, man. So Logan Paul, when I heard the news that he was going to be on Monday Night Raw, I had already kind of assumed that he was going to be inserted into the Money in the Bank briefcase match. And I assumed that because it's like, why would he come back the week before the event, or about 2 weeks before the event and not after? Like, I would feel like that if they had him come after Money in the Bank, or the Monday Night Raw after Money in the Bank, he'd be setting whatever his intentions are towards SummerSlam. But now we know what his intentions are. And his intentions are to come in, win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and fast track himself to whatever title he wants in the company. And I mean, there's people that's going to say, man, just give it to him, like, let him do it, just because the views that he might generate, well, he's going to generate views, but I still think he could generate views without a title at this point. And here's the thing. I like the chance that he could win the briefcase, but I don't think he's going to actually win the briefcase.
So, like, I know I tweeted out on Monday, like, I really think Logan Paul is going to win. And, like, I think this is the WWE move. Although my heart of heart wants LA Knight.
LA Knight, oh yeah.
LA Knight all the way. I don't care about anybody else. Look, if we're being real, Butch doesn't have a chance in hell.
I don't think he's there yet, bro.
Yeah, and Santos Escobar has a slightly more chance than that.
But he's not there yet, bro.
But he's not there yet. And in all honesty, Ricochet might have less of a chance than Santos Escobar. And then Shinsuke, he's in there, but he's not winning this. It's not his time for this.
No.
You have two real choices, but three people in there that they're probably going to go with that are our realities, and that's LA Knight, Damian Priest, and then Logan Paul of all people.
I'll give you that. Yep.
Looking at this realistically and a little logically, man, a smart move would be put that on Logan Paul. Now,
generating the views. Yep, it's a business. It's a business thing.
It's a business move. Now, better push for an individual superstar. Yeah, it'd be a great opportunity to put this on LA Knight because it would give him a push. But what are we really pushing? Is he going up against Roman Reigns? Is he gonna cash in and win that Universal Championship? Probably not. I don't think he's the guy. If I'm being real, I don't think he's the guy for that. He has more of an opportunity to dethrone Seth or Finn.
Yeah.
If we're looking that route, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think I don't think they're gonna hot potato that title that much like that to throw him in the mix in there. Now you can throw Damian Priest in the mix in that, especially in that World Heavyweight Championship picture. Again with that Universal Championship picture, I don't think he would be going for that, right?
No.
Realistically, but you do have a story in the World Heavyweight Championship picture if and only if Finn Balor is to win this World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. So that leaves me with Logan Paul, right? He's the only guy that has a story with both current champions right now.
Yep.
He has history.
Yep.
He has a legitimate history that he can tease for possibly the next year if they are to both hold on to their respective titles.
Yep.
And he can be that kind of, annoying little voice in the back of both of their heads at the same time, and that ideal looks very interesting to me. Now maybe I'm on Mark, but like I really am thinking about the business sense of this. Think about Logan Paul holding onto that briefcase for the next year, or about the next year. The looks he will generate, the things that he can do with it. Very, very interesting. And the times that he could pop up, because he's one of those superstars that we don't know when he's going to pop up.
Yep.
It's generally announced maybe the week before as a surprise, but like he's that kind of guy. He just may pop up.
It's the mystique with him, bro. Like really, it's the mystique with him because he doesn't show up every single week.
I think you have more moving parts with Logan Paul than you do with anyone else, and I think we're not saying that WWE doesn't book ahead of things, but we are saying that sometimes they don't plan things all the way ahead. This gives them that flexibility that no matter how they want to go, they have a plan. Hey, Con, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, what do you got?
So I got a big guest for us, right? And he said he would come on, but he can't talk to me. He's only wanting to talk to you, but he wants to give the household the diet for tonight.
Okay.
So I gotta go. Do a thing. If you'll talk to him, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. Hey guys, it's Tony Khan. My name's Tony Khan. I'm so amped up. Look, I don't even have time to be doing this Dynamite preview right now because Dynamite has already started. But look, I gotta tell you guys out there in the household. Look, tonight we're gonna have Jeff Jarrett versus Mark Briscoe in a concession stand brawl. We're gonna have the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy and ROH Pure Champion Shibata take on the World Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Garcia. It's going to be really fun, guys. We have AEW TBS Champion Chris Statlander in action versus Taya Valkyrie. We're going to hear from Adam Cole. We're going to see the Hardys versus the Guns. It's going to be a great show, guys. Come on and watch. Keep watching the household, though. Stay on the household. In your house. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Was that weird, man?
Tony Khan just came on in your house and promoted the show.
I mean, that's good for us, right? I told you I had a special guest for us.
Wow.
So
Tony Khan just coming and announcing the show. Well,
yeah.
Since we gave him a spot on the show, the least you can do is give us a free copy of Fight Forever. Like, come on, like, sheesh.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'll pull my strings. Look, I had my people talk to some people, and then we got this.
Cool.
He seemed a little amped up. I'm not 100% sure that was the real Tony Khan, but we'll take him.
It might have been. It might have been the real Tony Khan. It sounded like him. He had a lot of energy. He's an energetic guy.
Yeah.
So with that being said, guys, definitely AEW. We got it on. And as we do every week, we're going to spill a little bit over into AEW, but we still got some Monday Night Raw to talk about. So when things happen, when it gets heavy on Wednesday Night Dynamite, we're going to talk about that. But right now, we got to talk about some things that's going on over on WWE. And man, one thing that we got a chance to see was a return, and that was the return of Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, a big return. I know a lot of people were probably expecting a Johnny Gargano sighting in this, and there's been a lot of internet speculation as to why Johnny Gargano was not at Raw in his hometown. But instead we had Tommaso Ciampa, which I think was absolutely great. Right, he took on the Miz. The Miz had a Cincinnati Open challenge because he was. His opportunity to take on Seth Rollins in the Open Challenge was taken away from him from Finn Balor. So he had his own Open Challenge of his own, and lo and behold, Tommaso Ciampa came back, and he was in very, very, normal Tommaso Ciampa form.
Yeah, rare form, good energy.
Yeah. Hopefully, this maybe kind of like buttons up some ties. Maybe Miz won't want no more of Tommaso, so that we can get a little DIY.
Yeah, for sure.
Here soon.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely would like to see that. I would definitely like to see DIY on Monday Night Raw. That would be great. And it gives them both something to do right off rip, start giving them some tag teams, let them pick up some tag team wins. I mean, I don't think that it's going to be a situation where Johnny's going to be away from his clique, because I don't think we've seen the last of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think we're going to see Candice. I still think we're going to see Dexter Lumis. I still think we're going to see Indy Hartwell. But you're going to have Tommaso Ciampa in the mix there with this ragtag bunch. And I think it's just going to make for good TV once they get it jump-started and going.
Yeah, I think so, too. I absolutely think so, too. It's going to be something good. I know it's in the works. It's something that is starting. And maybe I just can't wait for it. But that's okay, right?
I'm okay with the slow burn. I think we're going to get exactly what we want to get, and that's DIY, and I think that it's coming. And as far as getting things that I want, I'm starting to I'm starting to see we're getting some pretty decent women's tag team wrestling. It's not something that I want to graze over, and that's always a good thing. And that's Chelsea Green, who I'm a fan of Chelsea Green. The complaint department, her and Sonya Deville went up against Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, and I'm a big fan of these two and their cohesiveness as a tag team. This is exactly the spark, that being Chance and Carter, that's exactly the spark that the women's tag team division needs.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. They are the spark, and they're making waves in this division, as they really should be, because they're a great tag team. They're very cohesive. They are an NXT product that became a tag team in NXT, and they're showing that the women's division is very, very strong there. And I love the opportunities that they're getting. I want to see them go against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, opportunities in that. And it just shows how strong, as you were saying, the women's tag division is right now.
It's beginning to build, and we really love to see it. This is exactly what Sasha Banks and Naomi got pissed off for in the first place. They just wanted it to be presented in a better light, not just fumbling around. What do we have the titles for? What are we fighting for? And now it seems like, hey, I'm gonna like to see Chance and Carter's slow ascension back up the ranks. They already lost in their debut match to Shayna Baszler. They lost to Shayna, right? But now this is an opportunity for a redemption story. Build them back up. Give them some quality tag team wins against other tag teams, and just let the cream rise to the top with Chance and Carter, because they're literally the most cohesive tag team in the women's division. And when you guys are that on sync with each other as a tag team on a division that needs people like you badly, like, you're just gonna rise to the top, and that's what I expect to see with Chance and Carter.
Yeah, and that's something that you have to push. It's like lightning in a bottle. You take that opportunity, use that, and hopefully, I have faith in Triple H, especially in his booking of the women's division, and that's just because of his history, right?
Yes,
he's done well with it and everything. So I have the most faith that he has an idea and he knows where he wants to take this.
I gotta tell you, Hype, I agree with you, brother. I really do. I really think that we're gonna see something special with those two in time. As we're continuing to see something special, I believe, with the Alpha Academy, specifically Gable, and just what he's doing in such a short amount of time. I think that's something that we've touched on before, is how Chad Gable is getting over, but now he's getting Maxine over too. And I gotta tell you, the slow progression of Maxine, they really have something with her as the Viking Raiders defeated Alpha Academy. But for me specifically, it's the fact that we're seeing something special with Gable. We're starting to see his personality shine through. We know how great of a wrestler he is. I mean, the guy, oh my gosh, the guy is to me, he's an above average wrestler. Honestly, yeah. He's an above average wrestler, that we were just looking for something to make him click. And I think something's clicking with him. And now things are working out really well for Gable as far as his character, I think. What do you think about it?
Yo, I love Gable, and I love the spot that he's in. Now, in our group chat, we had a little discussion about Gable, because I feel like he's in a spot where he's probably going to stay for a while. He could do something better, but he's definitely not in a spot where they're going to utilize him to chase championships like that. I don't think he's not the Guy that's going to dethrone Gunther anytime soon, right?
No.
And that's just because of the spot that he's in. But man, you are right. He is one of the most phenomenal wrestlers right now in WWE, because he is so technically sound.
Oh God. Yeah.
Absolutely technically sound. And then his character development has improved so much.
Yes.
And this is a guy who was in Alpha Academy and did absolutely great in Alpha Academy from NXT. With him
American Alpha.
American Alpha. Yeah,
yes.
I'm sorry, American
yes.
Alpha. And we saw bits of his character work there, right? And it's only progressed from there. So he's always the guy that I watch. I don't know what's gonna take him to the mountaintop, right? Like I don't know what's gonna put him over the edge. And I feel like it's gonna be something. It needs to be something more than they just start taking him a little bit more serious. But I love Gable. Love Gable.
I do. I really do. I'm not saying that he needs to be a WWE champion. I'm not saying he needs to be a Universal champion. Because the reality of it all, Hype, is not everybody can be world champion. You just can't.
Exactly.
But there's definitely something in him where we can give him maybe make him a very relevant tag team wrestler, which he has become in the past. Maybe give him a couple more tag team title reigns, or if you wanna put him in a U.S. title hunt at some point, or maybe put him in that Intercontinental title hunt after you decide to end Gunther's historic reign, whenever that may be. So I'm talking down the line. I'm not talking tomorrow, next week, next month, or anything like that, but somewhere down the line. You never really know as far as how you're going to develop as a wrestler. But what I'm saying is right now, I'm a big fan of what Gable's doing right now, and I'm just enjoying the ride because he's putting out a really good body of work right now.
Yeah, you were right. He is sorry if I went too deep into the future and things like that, but he is really killing it right now. The things that he's doing with Maxine and making her and building her into somebody that maybe we'll all get behind in the future. I don't know about her full wrestling ability right now, but it definitely does look like she looks pretty crisp in the things that she is doing, right? So
they're doing a really good job of keeping her protected really well. Because to be honest with you, I can tell by the way they position her that she is very, very new to wrestling. Like they're just letting her do bits and pieces of things here. But the thing about them, because one week it was a kick to Valhalla, and then the next week it was an arm drag to Valhalla, and then this past week it was a suplex to Valhalla. And it's all little simple moves that's getting over with the crowd, and it's like if they can get her over just off of a suplex, they can really build her and kind of build her as she goes. People are good, as she learns to do things and learns how to do them crisp and gets to do them in front of an audience, people are gonna pop because she's gonna start doing things that they didn't expect her to do, and that's gonna really put a different vibe on Maxine. Like you said, it's gonna make people get behind her.
Yeah. Hey, not to break away from our Raw discussion, but we are following Dynamite right now, and CM Punk has debuted in Dynamite. On Dynamite, he
wearing a Danhausen shirt.
Yeah, he is. He's wearing a Danhausen shirt. Very nice, very evil. He ran in to make a save after a very chaotic tag team kind of an implosion, as the Hardys and the Guns were in battle. Bullet Club Gold joined in to help the Hardys out, and chaos ensued. The FTR came out, and then also, as you see, if you're watching along, CM Punk came out as well. So very, very chaotic way to start off Dynamite, and the rumors were not right. Collision is apparently not the CM Punk show.
Or maybe it is the CM Punk show. We're just going to see this fool Wednesday nights every now and again. But who really knows? I'm surprised to see him here too. Well, I'm not super surprised to see him here tonight because we heard rumors that he was there. I saw on Twitter that he was in the building. I'm okay. So let's see what happens as the night progresses. We got on AEW. It's a big week leading into Forbidden Door, which is one of their biggest shows of the year for very good reason, because you're going to see some top notch, top quality wrestling between some of America's finest, some of New Japan's finest, and that's going to be so great. Forbidden Door is definitely one of those shows that you should look forward to every year if you're a hardcore wrestling fan, and we're definitely going to talk about that. But getting back to WWE and Monday Night Raw, we had Trish Stratus, who qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and we talked about this, Hype. We talked about this, how interesting it would be for Trish Stratus to be involved in her first ever Money in the Bank ladder match, and now we're going to see it. It's what we got coming down the pipeline. So I got to ask you here, now that Trish is in the mix by defeating Raquel Rodriguez by disqualification because the actions of Becky Lynch, what do you think? What are the chances you see in Trish Stratus winning this thing? We got a lot of storylines going into this women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
So this is a very, very deep storyline for one Becky Lynch, right? If we have to say, she doesn't like anyone in Damage Control, and we have Io and Bayley, correct, qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then we also have Zoe Starks and Trish Stratus, who have qualified, right, for this Money in the Bank ladder match. And things are looking really interesting in the world of if you are one Becky Lynch, right? Because you don't got no friends in this match.
No.
I don't even think Zelina Vega likes you, to be honest. And that may be the one opportunity for an ally. But things are looking very interesting. And, not to call myself hypodermish or anything like that, but I did call this a couple weeks back. I said, man, I think Trish is about to qualify for this match. She's going to be one of the last spots in there, and this is going to be a real uphill battle for one Becky Lynch. I love the dynamic of Trish. I don't know if she's winning. It's hard to have friends in a match like this, and even though Zoe's talking about some thank you Trish, that does not mean she won't take her opportunity and say thank you Zoe.
Yep.
In the moment. So what kind of dynamics will that entail? Will that have anything like that? So.
But also the element of Io Sky and Bayley and what's going on with them. The relationship that they're starting to forge out. There seems to be a little bit of discord amongst those two, and that rift that's beginning to open up between those two can only widen and gappen more with a Money in the Bank briefcase contract on the line here.
Well, yeah, we've seen very clear that Io has her eyes set to the top, as we saw at Backlash. She is really, putting herself in the position to win some gold. And then Bayley, you can't forget Bayley, because Bayley, one of the best women's champions in WWE, has although that is her friend, Io, part of the same group and everything like that, the dynamic there is very unclear as to, who's helping who's really got who's back. Because, I don't know. Yeah, Bayley is Bayley. She has Karen-esque,
she gonna do what she do, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
she's gonna
do what she do.
She gonna do what she do. That's Bayley's vibe all the time. And I gotta tell you, both these Money in the Bank matches just have a lot on the line here. Not just the Money in the Bank briefcase, but you got friendships, you got stablemates, you got hated rivals. There's a lot mixed into this Money in the Bank ladder match, and I got to tell you, this year has an opportunity to be pretty special. I mean, you still have Bloodline Civil War that's going to be going down. You still got Cody that's going to be going against Dominic Mysterio. There's a lot of great things going on this show alone, and man, I got to tell you, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that Bloodline Civil War.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely epic, man. This is not the culmination. This is not the end, right? But man, this may be the end. Everything that's going on with Jimmy J, Solo, and Roman himself, and you can't forget Paul Heyman in the mix there. Always doing something, weaving something together, making some sort of call.
Yep.
But man, tell me a story that's better right now in wrestling.
Man, it's gotten so good that people's hating on it now. You know how it is when things get so good that people just got to find fault in it, But that's what we got Twitter for. But I got to tell you, man, it's great.
Out, bro. I don't be paying attention to all these haters because this is the best story in wrestling in the last I don't even know.
It's been a while. It's great. It's great.
I don't want it to stop. And if I can critique one thing, this Jay turn kind of happened a little quick. It was a little sudden. I wasn't expecting it last week on Friday Night SmackDown. I wasn't expecting him to finally give Roman the kick. I thought he was still going to wait it out a little bit longer. But man, I love what we are getting here. And live in London, we're going to get the Bloodline Civil War as Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns take on Jimmy and Jey Uso, right? So
yes.
I don't know. So what is really, really, really on the line right now? And where do we go after this?
I don't know where you go after this, but as far as what's on the line, I don't really think anything's on the line. I just think it's four Samoan big bodies that just need to scrap.
Family pride, right?
You know what I'm saying? Scrap it out. Scrap that mess out. That's what happens. Sometimes you get into it with your cousins, y'all scrap it out. And that's exactly how it goes down. And that's what I think we're gonna see. And I think the match is gonna be good, even with nothing really on the line or anything like that. Now what happens next in SummerSlam is gonna be very interesting because I don't see this feud, I don't see this fight ending at Money in the Bank. I don't see this Money in the Bank match as an ending of this feud, like just a blow off. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going into Money in the Bank. Could we possibly see Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship? Is that something we can see? Who knows? Because in the shadows, in the depths, that's what some people are calling for. Some people are saying they want Jay to take it off of him because of the character development that's been going on between the two for the last 3 years. I don't think that he's going to be the guy. But I definitely think that another shot at the title could be in his future.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be the guy, but give me Jay and Roman. Part 2.
Yeah.
Give me part 2. Because I don't think part 1 was so good, but give me part 2 because I think it would be that much better. Yeah,
I agree. I definitely think there's something there as far as the matches that they're gonna have, and Family just do it better. They do it better, and it whatever they do, whatever it leads to, it's gonna be great, man. But we wanna move a little bit into what's going on with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes got challenged by the Judgment Day very earlier in the show for a 6-man tag. He picked Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And we ended up having this main event, and they ended up defeating the Judgment Day in the main event. What was you thinking about this match, bro?
I mean, I was mad Cody didn't pick Tozawa.
Should have picked him, bro.
I get that, you got the tag team chance in your back pocket, but Tozawa's right there, man.
I know. He stepped
He
up.
got so much fight in him. And you know he's a guy that is 100%. You know how I know he's 100%?
How's that?
He's never on the show.
He definitely he hanging out at catering, bro. They got him hanging out at catering. But he was ready for that little segment right there. Always stay ready. But on this night, it would not be him. It would be the Undisputed Tag Team Champions. And I got to tell you, man, Dominic Mysterio still, I mean, I know we've said it on this show before, he's still the most over heel. That cat can't get a word in edgewise.
No. Bro, people don't even have to, like, he just opens his mouth and it's just boo.
Yep.
Just all over the place, bro.
They be all over him, bro.
He's the hottest heel in the game right now, though. I can't wait. I cannot wait until Cody Rhodes loses to the hottest heel in the game, by the way. Like, I'm so looking forward to this.
Oh, is that what we see coming? Is that what we see coming? Cody Rhodes taking that L to Dom Mysterio?
I mean, Dominic Mysterio is the best wrestler alive, dead, and ever.
Best luchador, best wrestler, best everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bret Hart can't say the best there ever is, was, or would be anymore because he met Dominic Mysterio.
Dom's here, bro. Dom's here to take your cookies. You know what I'm saying? He's taking everything. Dom is here, and I'm loving seeing this character development from him, man. And we talk a little bit about character development. We talked Monday Night Raw. Now we talk character development. We talk about somebody whose character it seems to not be developing before we go to break and talk a little AEW. And, man, I don't know. I know we talked a little bit about it as far as NXT goes. We talked a little bit about that early on with Finn and everything. But let's switch gears very quickly to NXT. And something interesting happened that is kind of it's got people talking. I mean, it's definitely got people talking. Vince Russo was talking about it. Mickey James was talking about it. The wrestling world's talking about it. And that's the fact. And that's the fact that Dana Brooke, man.
Oh man, I thought you were talking about Raw Underground coming back to NXT. I don't know, but yeah, we can talk about Dana Brooke or something, right? Because she came out, she got injured, and then the fans gave her the old na 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 na
hey hey goodbye.
And she didn't take too kindly to that, right?
Well, she was working babyface, bro.
I'm I don't know. I don't know.
She took the Twitter, man. She took the Twitter, and like I said, it was talked about a lot by many different personalities, and that once again, like Vince Russo and Mickey James, they talked a little bit about it, and she tweeted out, "All right, I get it. Y'all think I suck? Thumbs up, got it, noted, awesome." And it's like, man, that really got to her, bro. That really got to her.
Yeah, I think her feelings were a little hurt, bro. I think her feelings got a little hurt. And, Dana Brooke be out here trying. She be out here doing her best. She even was trying to, get in cozy with Dave Bautista at one time. And, nothing's biting. Nothing's biting, man.
It ain't hitting. It's just not hitting.
Maybe she's a little frustrated. But, like, Dana Brooke is such a good hand, right? And
she's solid.
Yeah. Like, I don't feel like that's a backhanded compliment. She's not it. And I don't know why she's not it. Because she has it, but she's not it. Right?
Yeah, man. And a lot of people will say it's the way she's been presented. A lot of people will say she's just not that talented in the ring, and it's a lot of different things. But like for me, and we talked a little bit about this before we went on the air, and I harken back to that Mandy Rose push in NXT, and they were trying to figure out what to do with Mandy Rose. Before when she was on Raw, when she was on SmackDown, of course she had She was paired up with Sonya Deville for a while, and then they tried to send her off on her own, and she just wasn't hitting like that. Like, Mandy Rose definitely had, you know, that sex appeal. She got a great look, good looking woman, and, you know, in shape and whatnot. So definitely something that they want to push, but that just wasn't really working with Mandy Rose on her own. So they took her down to NXT and rebooted her into this mean girl with their own group of other mean girls with Toxic Attraction. And that's when she really started to hit. That's when she started winning NXT Championship Gold. That's when she was getting long title reigns. That's when she was being looked at as like, okay, now we can't wait to see this incarnation of Mandy Rose come up to the main roster, because this Mandy Rose feels like a top star. It seems like that there should have been opportunities there for Dana Brooke to maybe be rebooted as somebody who can be looked at in that light and protected in the way Mandy Rose was with the stable, and just get her heel energy up there, bro, and let people know, like, hey, I'm not gonna be your punching bag anymore. And I think Paragon said it best on Twitter, and he was like, hey, these boos here, this is your villain origin story right here, right now is her chance to be like, man, fuck y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, big time. You dig what I'm saying, bro?
I absolutely dig what you're saying. I don't understand why this didn't happen a long time ago, though. I feel like, here's the thing with Dana Brooke. I feel like she's gone away, come back, gone away, come back, gone away, come back a lot. And it's not that, like, you know, she's been injured or anything like that. She's just gone away, come back, but she's always the same.
Yeah. Yep. Every single time.
Every single time. And what do you expect us to grasp onto, especially if you don't add anything more? Look, Dana Brooke is great. I think she is great in ring. You know, that gymnastics presence that she gives and brings to the ring. You know, her technical talent is very strong. She's not, I don't think she's a person that's out there on Botchmania all the time or anything like that. Her shit is pretty crisp.
Well, you said it's like you said, she's a good hand.
Yeah, she's an absolutely good hand. She's just been that, though. I mean, she's been one level up from a jobber, you know, since she's came into the company, and she's never, you know, she's never reached up for anything further than that. And when she has, I'm gonna reach up, but I'm gonna stay the same thing. I'm not gonna evolve in any way. I'm not gonna, you know, make my character better, and that's been the problem for Dana Brooke. So I really do hope that this is her villain origin story, and that she will rise above and make something out of this.
For sure.
She doesn't even have to be a villain coming back. Just make something out of this.
Yes, you definitely have to make something out of it, or else you're always going to be just looked at as somebody who is talent enhancement, somebody who's there to make somebody else look good. And like, we even saw that even though we did see Liv Morgan get a championship run, it was cut pretty short, because I just feel like that Liv Morgan is just who Liv Morgan is, and there's nothing more to it besides that. We haven't connected any more of those dots, and that's the thing we're seeing with Dana Brooke, as to where it's like, we get it. You are built like a Barbie doll. You know, great build, pretty woman, and you know, you've got, you know, all right charisma, you know, but it's like, we want to see more. We want to see you built up more. We want to see some of those layers peeled back. And it's a thing where it's like, with Alexa Bliss, she started out as just that pretty blonde girl, and then we got a chance to see her become that mean girl, that girl with the mic that can toast you. And then we got to see her kind of pull back some more, and we got to see some more layers to Alexa Bliss when she played that darker Alexa Bliss, working together with Bray Wyatt and whatnot, and doing that. But That's what I'm talking about. Let's see those other layers. This is where you got to be able to tap into a character. And I think Dana Brooke, the writing on the wall with her could possibly be she's pissed. Like everybody's pretty much saying, "Dang, as hard as I try, as much as I try to go hard for y'all every night, y'all just ain't messing with me. So maybe it's time for me to stop messing with y'all." You know what I'm saying?
Look, yes, it's that. It's also, man, look, sometimes, a cheese sandwich is good, right?
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes you want a little bit more than that. You gotta have the extra shit for that.
Yeah. Yep. Some condiments, whatnot. You got to be able to have a little bit more beef it up. Beef it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's got to be more. And it's rough. I all in all, to be honest with you, man, I hated that for Dana Brooke because it was running the injury angle with her and Cora Jade. And that happened, and it's like, that's got to be frustrating. I mean, it's got to be frustrating to be like, man, literally, no matter what they do with me, it's not taking off. And that's always been the thing with Dana Brooke, is that there's never been really any pop with her, you know?
I still attest that has to be more of a... You can't wait for them to do things with you. Sometimes you have to do things with the things that you were given, right?
Yep.
Just do a little bit more with it. And in her case, I haven't seen a little bit more ever, really. It's all been a lot of the same.
Yeah, it's not like we were talking a little bit about Gable and how Gable has done so much with a little smidget of time that he's given, and he's earned himself more time because he earned more time because he made the most of the time that he was given. I'm not 100% sure that Dana Brooke is making the most of the time that she's given.
No, I think that's the perfect comparison, right? Is that, like, look at Gable. Look at a guy like Gable. Every single moment that he gets, he makes the most of it. He's made it out of these dumbass sayings, I think and things like that. But he stayed consistent with it, and he's kept on building with that. Name a Dana Brooke saying.
I can't.
I'll wait. See,
I can't.
That is my point. She's like, she can be mad as she wants to be, right? But she doesn't do enough to make herself memorable.
Yeah.
And I hope that she takes whatever, even if it's the injury angle, I hope she takes whatever time she needs to make herself memorable. This is a perfect time. Come back with an impact. Oh, they don't like me? Oh, you don't like me? I'll show you why you don't really like me, right?
I'm going to give you a real reason not to like me. Exactly. And I think that's got to be the energy. All in all, man, I don't ever wish for no wrestler to fail unless they're a complete asshole. And I don't feel like that Dana Brooke is a complete asshole. I just feel like she's somebody who needs to honestly do more. Like, you're getting rebooted so many times, given all these different opportunities, and sometimes you just got to speak. You got to get creative, and that's the thing. I think that she is a good ambassador for the company. She's a pretty blonde woman or whatever. I think she got to get in her bag. I think she got to put a little bit more thought into who Dana Brooke is, because as long as she's middling, as long as she's okay with just being, mediocre, she's always going to be mediocre. And if you allow yourself to stay that way, you can't get mad at anybody else except for yourself.
Yeah, it's that part, man. Are you striving to be better, or are you just striving to be middling?
Yep, and that's the question right there.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be mid, bro.
No, man, I'm not trying to be mid either. And hey, man, speaking of mid here, I wanna talk about a show this past weekend that I think was above mid, in my honest opinion, and that's AEW Collision. And we got another show that's for sure gonna be above mid this weekend when we have Forbidden Door. I think it's time to talk a little bit of AEW, but before we do that, bro, you know what time it is, man? It's time to pay those bills.
Oh yeah, we got to pay some bills. We got to pay them early. We got some late fees on some stuff, so like we got to catch that up, right?
Oh, yeah, we got to get it caught up. So we're going to go ahead and do that, pay those bills, get us all caught up and everything. And when we do come back, we're going to talk the premiere of AEW Collision. We're going to talk AEW Dynamite as it's happening right now on live here. We're going to talk about Forbidden Door. We're going to talk Fight Forever. Heavy on the AEW talk, and that is when we come back. Hey guys, it's your boy the Director, Howse of In Your House, and I'm here to let you know about a small business that produces beard products and also supports small stage, independent, professional wrestling stars. It's called Ring Master Beard Company. Try one of their several scents, beard oils, balms, or mustache wax, and keep your beard looking and feeling sweet. Purchase your favorite wrestlers or personalities' personalized scent, and they receive a portion of each sale. And with that being said, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the Director in Alakan House Special. Your boy, a blend of eucalyptus, mint, and tea tree oil. Have your beard feeling fresh, have your beard feeling smooth, just like your boy, the Director. Follow Ringmaster Beard Company on Twitter and Instagram at Ringmaster Beard, or on their Facebook page, and that is Ringmaster Beard Company. Check it out. Get your beard cream. Hit your beard with that. Because sometimes being a master in the ring means mastering your beard. Welcome back to In Your House. You guys already know them vibes. We talk professional wrestling, and we've talked a lot of professional wrestling, y'all. We've talked Money in the Bank. We talked this past week's Monday Night Raw. We talked a little bit of Dana Brooke and everything she's dealing with. And of course, we talked about Fastlane coming to Indianapolis October 7th. And of course, Team IYH is going to be in the building. And we got a lot more things to talk about because AEW has been putting on some great shows, and that's not going to be ending anytime soon because we still have Forbidden Door this weekend, and we're going to talk about that. But before we do, I got to make sure that I do my due diligence, and of course that is thank you guys. Thank you so much for making us a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts. It is truly appreciated. We need all those reviews. We need all those 5 stars. Do it on Spotify. Do it on Apple Podcasts. We need it all because we want to continue to stay charted. We want to stay one of the hottest professional wrestling podcasts in the Midwest, as we have been for so long. Thanks to you guys, the household, and you guys make it possible. But of course, I gotta do what's right, and that's punch you guys in the direction of another podcast to get different perspectives, different thoughts, because it's all for the love of wrestling. And of course, that's my man, the Pope, Elijah Burke, as he and Pollo Del Mar go round and round, back and forth, and head to head when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And that is on the Pope's Point of View at 9:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday mornings on all major podcasting platforms. Guys, head on over to www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Get yourself a set shirt. Get yourself a Hollywood House shirt. Get yourself an In Your House shirt. And guys, you already know them vibes. Let us know. If you get a shirt, hit us up. We'll throw you on our page. We got a whole lot of followers. It ain't got crazy. What is so? 32,000, 36, 40. Who knows? Who even knows at this point? Because it keeps growing and it keeps showing that In Your House is the hottest in the Midwest, bro. And now we got to show why we're the hottest in the Midwest, because we got to talk some AEW, and we're going to jump right into that, man. We had Collision this past week. Once again, we got Dynamite right now, and it's just a lot to start, a lot to talk about as far as AEW. Where do you want to start at, bro?
Yo, I think we should definitely start off with this Collision, because I think that, you touched on this, the household out there, the 37,000 strong household following that we have on Facebook. I think a lot of them really enjoyed Collision, thought it was a really good show, and that's CM Punk aside, right? So I think we got to touch on that. And then we got to touch on the man, right? The man that made the show, the man that, calling himself One Bill Phil, then we got to talk a little bit about that and everything else to go along with it.
Absolutely, man. So we had him come out. He has boots strapped around his neck. He's got this bag, this red bag in his hand here, and he's pretty much on his Roddy Piper shit, bro. And I think that's a role he's trying to lean into. He cut a really scathing promo, calling himself One Bill Phil, talking about counterfeit bucks, talking about how he never lost what was in that bag. And
What's in the bag?
and he said he's not willing to give it up until somebody pins or submits him. I mean, once again, as polarizing as CM Punk is, we've talked for weeks about what kind of investment that he would be, what would he do to help the company, what he could do to hurt the company. Is he ready to come back and play ball? For a second, for the time that he was in the ring, to me, none of that mattered, man, because it was all about wrestling in that moment. And it's always good to me to see Punk in the middle of a ring with the hot mic. We're going to see him, and hopefully he's here to just play ball and play ball the right way. But for him to talk about the Bucks so candidly, taking the shot that he took, it's making me feel like maybe something was said. Maybe we're working a little bit, and if we are working, it's time. Are we going to work to a point where we're going to make some serious money? What did you think about that promo, bro?
Yo, I thought that promo was everything it was going to be. From Punk not apologizing, continuing to not apologize. I don't know whether if he doesn't have anything to apologize for. I wasn't there, but from my eyes, I'm pretty sure, and ears, I'm pretty sure he said some things that he probably should not have said. But I'm not there. I'm not in Chicago. I'm not CM Punk. I'm not Tony Khan. I'm not the Bucks. But as far as CM Punk the wrestler, CM Punk the sports entertainer,
Yeah.
I'm entertained by him.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm entertained by the things that he's doing. I want to keep watching him. I want to keep seeing him on my TV screen. I want I want this whole thing to be a work. I love it that he's calling the Bucks counterfeit, because I'm hoping this means that, like, okay, everybody's willing to work together now.
Yes. Oh, yes.
If I'm wrong about that, I guess I'm wrong about that. And if I'm wrong about that, then he's wrong about that too. Because if you're not going to be, if this isn't going to be a wrestling angle, then we don't need to bring it up.
Nope.
But with that being said, I think Collision was a very good show. From Punk's opening promo to the Andrade Buddy Murphy match,
Yes.
to and even all the way down, even that Sky Blue and Willow tag match was very, very good as well. And then the 6-man main event, all was very good. Seeing Punk and Samoa Joe touch for the first time in 6,000 days, which sounds crazy, was a great sight to see, because it's not something that I saw live, back in its heyday, sort of thing, like that.
Yeah.
As much of a wrestling fan as I am, we have still been in the age of, we've caught stuff on YouTube, we've caught stuff after the fact, sort of thing. To see that, I want to see more of that. To see, Jay White's interaction with CM Punk, man. I want to see more of that, as well. So, like, I think Collision was a very good show. It felt bigger. It felt like a big version of SmackDown, and I think that might be a good look for the AEW brand. It felt like a different version. It felt different than Dynamite, and hopefully that continues that. But I don't know. As we saw with the opening of Dynamite tonight, CM Punk was there. We have not seen the Elite or the Bucks in any capacity, so I don't know. Only time will tell, right?
Most definitely, man. And I really love what you said as far as calling it a SmackDown. I think we talked about that. This feels like AEW's answer to SmackDown. It feels like their version of what WCW Thunder was supposed to be. We talked about that as well in the In Your House group chat, and I love that. I love that because even those B shows got to feel big, and I'm not saying huge. We got to continue storylines, but I definitely was a fan of the flow of Collision, the way they flowed it from match to promo to match, and it just felt right. Like it felt like the production, the flow of the show was different than Dynamite, like you said, which is a great point to me. I loved it. I feel like it was a genesis of quite a few things. I honestly think we're gonna see more of Sky Blue. I think Sky Blue is somebody who of course she went viral for her assets, you know what I'm saying? But I think that she's somebody that we can see grow into that girl next door type baby face that people just like, and I think that we can grow something with that. We had a chance to see Luchasaurus become the TNT champion as he defeated Wardlow with help from Christian Cage. We saw promos backstage with Powerhouse Hobbs and looking like a new, possibly carnation of him. Andrade Idolo going up against Buddy Matthews, which for me was the match of the night. Really enjoyed that match. The crowd there in attendance enjoyed that match. And it looks like we could see more interaction between Andrade and the House of Black.
Only thing I'm sad about with that match, is that Roosh didn't come out. And that he had no help from Los Ingobernables.
Hey, it could happen though.
But it could happen. It's still a possibility for it. I thought they kind of missed an opportunity there. But I am really looking forward to just give me more Malachi Black and Andrade, right? Like money. We know their money. If y'all remember back in, what was that, 2016, 2017? They were out there putting on bangers in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that was 2018. Regardless, but absolute bangers. Let me get that. Also, let me get this Chris Jericho versus Sting that we're seeing.
That was catching my attention.
It's hard for it not to catch attention. It looked like Chris Jericho laid down a challenge to Sting. He also laid down a challenge for Forbidden Door, six-man tag match with himself, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki. So we'll find out what happens there.
So real quick, while this is happening in the ring, I just want to share something with you, bro. Of course, this past weekend was Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to you, bro.
Hey, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. And of course, this past Monday was Juneteenth, so happy Juneteenth to you, bro.
Hey, happy Juneteenth to us, bro.
Yes, absolutely. So this weekend we had some great interactions with our kids and stuff and whatnot, and I had a great weekend. I spent a lot of time watching a lot of wrestling with specifically my son. My youngest daughter, she's a big fan of wrestling. My middle, she's not that much of a fan. She's ready to see Sasha Banks back in the WWE ring, and she's vowed to never watch again until Sasha Banks enters the WWE ring. She's not here for no Mercedes Moné. She ain't here for no Mercedes Moné, bro. She wants Sasha. But I watched a lot of wrestling with my son this past weekend, and we watched WrestleMania 20, and we watched the '97 Halloween Havoc.
That's my favorite.
Yes, man, great events, great events. But as we were watching them in chronological order, we watched '97 WCW first, and then we watched WrestleMania 20, and we both noticed, man. We was like, Chris Jericho was involved in both of these eras of professional wrestling.
Yeah,
he's still there, and now here he is, here on my TV, still there, and I just think it just made me just want to stop and think for a second. Yeah, I know that Jericho has become such a polarizing guy with some of his beliefs and maybe some of his wife's beliefs and whatever, but my God, his dedication to this is insane. I mean, for him to span across that many generations, and even my son noticed, he's like, dang, Chris Jericho is here too? I'm like, yeah, bro was everywhere, you know?
But Chris Jericho is really like, it's crazy to be able to see Chris Jericho, especially like, as we're talking about that, right? Chris Jericho's literally been around since the 90s.
Yes.
And, we're looking, that's almost 4 decades right now that he has been around in the wrestling business. And then standing across from a man like Sting, who has been around since the late 80s of wrestling.
Yes,
right?
man. Yes.
So to see both of these men having the careers that they've had, but especially Chris Jericho, because he's been a consistent figure in every major wrestling promotion since the early 90s, and that is wild. Whether it was him in CMLL, WCW, ECW, WWE, WWF, and now AEW.
Yes.
Just his integral part of wrestling, like Chris Jericho literally is everything that Hulk Hogan couldn't have been, with a little bit less of the accolades, because I don't think Chris quite made the household name status that Hogan did, right?
Well, the way they was pushing Hogan and the way Hogan was pushing himself, that's a whole different story. But, like, definitely when you think professional wrestling, Chris Jericho is a staple with professional wrestling. And I look over here in the chat, and the voice said, Collision made me love AEW again. I gotta tell you, man, I've been digging on AEW for the last few weeks, but definitely Collision was something where I was like, okay, this is what AEW can be when they have a little bit of structure. The structure of the show felt very good. It was I really feel like that being able to see Miro the Redeemer come back was a great thing. We got a chance to see Ruby Soho and Toni Storm go up against the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion Willow Nightingale. Yeah.
Not to cut you off.
Wait a minute.
An elite sighting in AEW.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Hold on. We off rails now, y'all.
So, from what I'm
boy.
gathering, they were challenged by the Blackpool Combat Club to a 5-on-5 match, and they are continuing that. We're not seeing any clapbacks to CM Punk yet, but we'll keep you updated.
Yes, that's kind of what I was listening for. I was waiting for it, but who knows what's going to happen. But they do have Eddie Kingston. It seems like they recruited Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, they do. Well, Kenny's a little speculative. He did try to blow him up, if you guys don't remember, and that was just brought up. So, but yeah, it looks like they may have Eddie Kingston.
So now we got Adam Cole coming out, and as he's coming out, I want to talk a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more Collision. We had Absolute Ricky Stark, who declared himself an entrant for the Owen Hart Cup tournament. So we just had a little bit of everything. The Acclaimed was there with Daddy Ass. We had the Trios main event.
Shout out the Acclaim.
Man, everybody loves the Acclaim, bro. And you got a little retweet action from Max Caster, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yo. Yeah, I did. I was I got these weird looks at my shoot job, right? Like, because I was wearing my Scissor Me Daddy Ass shirt, and I was wondering, I kept wondering that people were looking at it and they were like, oh, that's weird. I realized that people thought my Scissor Me Daddy Ass shirt was a pride shirt. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I am an ally.
Same.
But I tweeted that. I put that out in the Twitterverse or whatnot, and sure enough, Max Cassidy retweeted me, showing me some acclaimed love, bro. So I love that show.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Showing some love over there to the
Yeah.
acclaim. Showing some love to my co-host over here on Twitter. We appreciate y'all, no doubt. But yeah, man, I just gotta say that if this is what Collision is gonna be, hype. If this is the consistent Collision that we're gonna see, if I'm home on a Saturday night, I'll watch it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because I enjoyed
Yeah.
myself. We saw a hype package for Scorpio Sky. All in all, I think it was a very, very solid show, bro.
Now it's not gonna be a destination TV spot show for me, right? Like I'm not gonna make sure that I'm watching it live every Saturday. If I got some shit going on, I'm gonna go do my shit. You know what I
No doubt,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Saturday night, bro.
But but it is a show that I will definitely watch and follow. Um, and with some intrigue. Now I hope that they can keep the momentum from the debut up. But as a realist, AEW has not shown the best track record of keeping momentum straight. But we will hope that will happen with this.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think they got something good coming, and they got something really great coming with Forbidden Door that's going to be coming up. Forbidden Door is going to be this coming Sunday, man. As once again, we have Dynamite in the background here, but we got some great matches that are set up for Forbidden Door, bro. And I know it's something that I don't want to miss. I know it's something that you don't want to miss, just because of the weight that comes with this show, man. Are you excited for this big Forbidden Door show, bro?
Yeah, I really am excited for Forbidden Door because it's a huge opportunity. This is a better Forbidden Door, I think, already on paper than last year's Forbidden Door. And last year's Forbidden Door was probably the sleeper show of the year, right? But this is an actual this is what Forbidden Door should be so far. There's not a whole lot of build to each match. It's just dream match after dream match after dream match after dream match, as it should be. And that's what I wanted from this. That's what we're getting from Forbidden Door, and I think that's going to be an absolute banger for AEW. But again, I hope that they can continue the momentum that they will have from a show like this into All Out in Wembley and into the end of the summer and the entire summer. Let's get a good solid summer out of AEW, right?
Absolutely,
No
man.
problems, no drama.
Absolutely. If we can get a good, solid summer out of them, like you said, I think that it's really going to help them hit a stride. It's like I said earlier in the show that I really feel like the WWE has hit themselves a really good stride right now, to where they're kind of in cruise control. And we know the messiness of the summer that AEW had last year, and how they kind of got in their own way, and it was really bad. They need a solid summer. They need great shows. They need Forbidden Door to be great. Then after Forbidden Door, we need to start focusing heavily on our storylines again, going into this All In show. And then, of course, what's going to be next after that? We should be seeing probably in the fall is going to be Full Gear. So
Yep.
what are we going to do to get that cracking and get that popping? Everything with not that it's a competition, because for me and for you and for smart fans like the household who just enjoy wrestling and just want to see good wrestling, it's not a competition. But if it
More
were,
people eating.
yeah, exactly, there's more people eating. But if it were, this would be AEW's opportunity to try and play some catch up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's by putting on
absolutely.
very great shows, while WWE is kind of in their, low months. You got to really take advantage of those times, bro. And I think that if AEW does, AEW can really hit their stride, because they're already starting to heat up now. They're restructuring their company. We've seen the end of Dark. We've seen the end of Dark Elevation. They're doing some restructuring that hopefully helps out their company in the long run.
Yeah, hopefully it'll all help out, and hopefully that it'll all lead to good things. I know I am anticipating good things out of it, but kind of like as we talked about with the start of this show, WWE is doing things towards that to they announced Fastlane here right here in Indiana, but for me, I mentioned I worry that that's going to be a lull time for WWE and their
Yeah,
kind of storyline. Like kind of anticipating who's actually going to be at this show.
yeah.
Will Roman be there, sort of thing? And like you said, I think that's a really good opportunity for AEW to really, really take the ball and start running, right? Um, um, Build on what you've already built on that is good, and keep it that way and keep going from there, because I don't know, the way the wrestling space is right now. I feel like it's so wide open. It's so
It
wide
is.
open.
It really is, and it feels like it's wide open because, once again, because WWE has hit that stride, but now AEW has an opportunity to really hit that stride. And I got to tell you, man, as I shift gears a little bit, we're going to stay with AEW, but part of that stride, man, is the excitement of this video game, the excitement of Fight Forever, and I think that with kids, with young wrestling fans, I know I personally hype have talked to a lot of wrestlers on this very podcast that have told me their love of wrestling started with the wrestling video games.
I think it wasn't the same for me. I discovered wrestling and then the wrestling video game afterward, but I can definitely get that, man. But I think the wrestling video game gave me a deeper love for wrestling and appreciation for it. So, like you, man, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and it's going to be a different look than we've got from wrestling empires or video games here in
Yeah.
the past recent future or time, whatever.
So let me so specifically my son. I'm speaking to my son who's very much over these past few months has really leaned into becoming just this huge wrestling fan, bro. Like when he was young, I was taking him to shows and stuff, but he was still under the assumption that wrestling was real.
Yeah.
So as he got a little bit older, he found out that wrestling was not real and it took him out of it. He was like, I thought it was real, now it's not real, so he's out of it. But recently, in like the last year, he started appreciating wrestling for what it is, so now he's come back to it. And one thing about him is because all he ever really watched was WWE, he's a WWE loyalist.
Right.
But now he's starting to become more of an AEW fan. He's starting to see the MJFs. He's seeing the Adam Coles who've shifted over from WWE over to AEW. And he's started to get a lot of excitement for AEW. I really think, as watching some of these young wrestling fans come up, that if AEW has a really great effort in Fight Forever, it could tip the scale on some fans, bro. I think it really could.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it'll be interesting, at least stat to maybe look at to see if the numbers from the video game kind of drive up the watching numbers or the
Yeah,
viewers numbers at home. That'll be something that we'll definitely have to look into in the
I think
future.
we should. I think we should, bro. Really, I really think we should.
Definitely, we'll keep an eye on that.
But man, I gotta tell you, with Forbidden Door coming up, dog, there's just so much exciting matches. You know, Okada and Danielson just really just jumps off the top of my head. I mean, it's obviously one of the bigger matches there, man, but we still have some other great matches to look forward to as we have Forbidden Door. One match that there was a possibility that we could have saw, but from everything that I'm hearing now is we're not going to see it. And that's Kenta versus CM Punk. And I'm like, man, that was really a match that I kind of really would have liked to see happen on this show, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think you're very right with that. Sorry, I got a little lost in what was going on live on Dynamite. It looks like I um, we are definitely going to see MJF and Tanahashi on Sunday, with some Adam Cole action inside, or thrown in the mix in there. So that's a very interesting dynamic. there. But as you were talking
Oh,
about, I'm
oh,
sorry.
oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Are you seeing this women's tournament? Billy Stark is going to be involved in the Owen Hart women's tournament.
Oh, shout out Billy Stark,
Oh
yo.
my gosh.
Yo, we love some Billy Stark, yo. Maybe she can win it. Like that would be so sweet for her. Yo, that girl deserves it.
Oh my gosh.
she she already deserves a push. I know she ain't been in the company but a minute, but man, like she has a the whole Midwest on her side.
Yes,
You part of the
man.
household. I know you got her back right there.
This is incredible, bro. That Owen Hart tournament looks great. AEW, once again, I gotta stay at an even kill here, but I gotta tell you, AEW really is hitting a stride, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So now we got
We got Orange Cassidy
Orange
coming out to
Cassidy
the
coming
ring.
in, the greatest international champion in the company's history.
Yeah, there's only been like two champions, but
That's why I can say
no,
that. That's why I can say
you're
that.
not wrong. Facts are facts. He's going to team up with Shibata, the ROH Pure champion, and they are going to take on Daniel Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr., which is going to be something, right?
Oh my
And
gosh.
New Japan or NJPW Television champion Zack Sabre Jr.
There's just so much, man. Part of me is like, man, there's so many titles that run through AEW, but at the end of the day, bro, like it's good publicity for New Japan. It's good publicity for Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor has been doing justice as their, I don't want to say developmental program, but definitely where you can go there and hone your craft and possibly be seen on AEW at some point. So like Ring of Honor is doing great things. I gotta say that the structure of the company and the direction that it's going in is really going in a great direction. Which match for Forbidden Door are you really looking forward to, man? Are you really ready to see happen in front of your eyes?
Oh man, it's hard not to just want to see that Daniel Bryan and Okada match, and that'd be your favorite match of the night. But I know Osprey and Kenny Omega is going to be very good. I know, man, I the whatever happens in this MJF Tanahashi match is going to be something we've never seen before. I can guarantee it in some capacity. So I'm just looking forward to this whole card, to be honest.
Man, I'm not. Yeah, I don't disagree, bro. I mean, it's gonna
It's
be
dream
great.
match after dream match after dream match. Like I said earlier, it's like this is what Forbidden Door should be. There's not a whole lot of build to any matches. That you don't need a whole lot of storylines or anything like that. Just give dream matches.
Well, we now know that CM Punk is gonna go up against Satoshi Kojima in the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament first round matchup at Forbidden Door. So we are gonna see CM Punk in a match. We're gonna see Sonata and Jungle Boy Jack Perry with Hook. And that's going to be for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Tanahashi and MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, this show is really turning out to be a great show. Of course, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. I mean, they're it's a good looking show, bro. I got to tell you, across the board, dog.
It absolutely is, and I can't wait to review it. In the next few weeks, or so. So it's gonna be a good one.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Once again, AEW's hitting the stride. Collision, I believe Collision was a good show. Dynamite, so far from what I'm seeing, I'm not hating it.
No.
we got Collision this Saturday. I guess we still got Rampage on Friday nights. I don't know how long that's gonna be lasting.
I don't know if you know this. We don't got to watch that because they tape during Dynamite, so we can just watch spoilers. It'll be all right. We won't miss none.
Oh man, I know. I could not get into Rampage at all. There wasn't anything keeping me. But if I'm at home on a Saturday night, I'll put on Collision. I don't see why not. If I'm at home, why not?
Yeah.
But then of course we got Forbidden Door. We got the release of Fight Forever next week, which I'm very excited for. We'll talk a little bit about that real quick before we ride off into the sunset here. There's screenshots there of their barbed wire explosives match where you get an actual explosion and then you get a little blip of their botch from what was that? Was that last year, a couple years ago during that explosions match? And I just think that's a good little a good little poke at themselves. Yeah, it's a good little poke fun at themselves. A company who knows where they've been misstepping, and they're just like, hey, we can make fun of ourselves. I'm really excited for this game, bro. It looks super fun.
Yo, yeah, I'm excited for that part, and that aspect of the game does sound immensely fun. So,
absolutely, man. I gotta tell you, there's a lot of good wrestling going on, and man, we gotta talk about some wrestling that's going on in our local area, man. And of course, I gotta show love to D6, who, of course, they had their In Your House show, and it was a movie. It was this past weekend, and from everything I understand, it was great. It was good. It was well received. So In Your House Volume 1 was great, and of course we're going to have In Your House Volume 2 in August, but before we have that, we got to get to July. We definitely got to get to July, where there's a big event happening, man, over there in the D6 Arena, and that is No Escape from Hell, where all matches will be contested inside of a steel cage. And man, they released some of the pictures of this structure. I gotta tell you, bro, this structure looks disgusting, man. I love it, and I just don't see anybody in the Midwest putting on a cage match and structure in that way. This is looking like it's gonna be a great show on July 15th, coming from Destination 6, bro.
Well, already know it is, because it's Destination 6. Destination 6 is a destination wrestling travel spot.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me say it again. Destination 6 is a destination wrestling travel spot. So you got to go there. Gotta go out there, see the things that they are doing. Sam Knight is running things as the Conqueror. Big things are happening. You have everyone's new favorite, your new favorite, my new favorite. You got Jay Silva as the new Ultragen 6 champion.
Yes.
So much is happening at Destination 6, and so much will be happening, so make sure you were there.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, once again, this is going to be such a great... I mean, if you guys go on the D6 social medias, go look at some of the pictures they posted of this structure. I just don't see anybody in the Midwest doing it like this. I mean, the way the structure is set up, somebody gonna get hurt. They gonna get hurt bad, bro. And it's gonna be a movie. This is looking pretty great. And guys, check out Destination 6, No Escape from Hell, July 15th. I know for sure our main event is gonna be the Conqueror Sam Knight, the greatest D6W champion in history ever, and forever. And he's going to be going up against Mr. Broadway, Kendall Fire, in that cage for the D6W Championship, along with many other matches that are to be announced. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss No Escape from Hell at the D6 Arena in Macomb, Illinois on July 15th. Be there or be square, bro. What are you doing if you're not going to be at this show?
Exactly. What concept? What are you doing?
It's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. And I got to tell you, this was a good episode. This was a great episode of In Your House. The house party was great. Always love cutting up with the household out there. We're out there on Twitch, out there on YouTube, and of course the podcast version is going to be available Thursday morning, and we really appreciate y'all coming in. But before we do this and we slide off, my man Hype, I gotta let you do your due diligence here. Let them know where they can find you at, all the projects you got going on.
Hey, yo, my name is Foxy Jones. First and foremost, you can find me right here on In Your House. If you didn't already know that, I'm not sure how you didn't know that, because I'm right here that you're listening. But I digress anyways. Look, you can find me right here on In Your House. I'm doing my thing. We're taking a slight break from for Friday Night Hype. I'm doing my dad thing, and you know, taking some time off to make sure that I am doing everything I can with them. So as always, you can find me here, whether it be on In Your House with Wednesday Night Hype or Wednesday Night House Party or Friday Night Hype. But I am taking a small little break, so I'll catch y'all in about a month or so or whatnot, and I'll still be around and everything like that. Hit and miss, but you know, other than that, man, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. I made it real simple. It's Hypocrisy Jones. So check me out there. Y'all see me.
He's out here, bro, out here working and out here doing the very best that he can. Does great things here for In Your House. We truly appreciate him for everything that he does, but definitely appreciate the man that he is. So definitely, you enjoy that time, bro. You go out there with your fam, enjoy it, love it, and the podcast is still going to be here because, of course, I'm going to fuel it as much as I possibly can, and you do great stuff, bro. So, guys, you hear that? Hype taking a little bit of a break, but when he comes back, he's going to come back rejuvenated and strong, and we really love to hear it. As for me, of course, you guys already know you can follow me at The Hollywood House on IG. That's Hollywood House on Twitter and on Facebook. I've been tweeting a lot more often, guys, trying to get more active in the Twitterverse. So go ahead and give me a follow once again at Hollywood House. Of course, we have the gaming channel. We still have a couple of episodes in the can. I got to get out there to y'all, but that's Playhouse Gaming. Check that out. Really appreciate the viewers that do come along and check us out. And then, of course, you can follow this great podcast, and that's at In Your House across all social media platforms, and that is HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So, guys, really appreciate y'all coming through. We will be back with the episode next week. I'm going to try to hit you guys with the solo shot and get back on that. We're going to get more steady with the solo shots a little shortly after, about mid-July, but I'm definitely going to get something out there for you guys, no doubt. You already know we got to give it to y'all, but guys, until we do give it to y'all, I need y'all to do one thing for me, and that is, of course, hop on this bandwagon. Get on. Or get gone. Because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Until next time, peace.
We out.